Hi everybody, this is Michael from coachapilot.com. I am an ATPL instructor. I've been teaching for 12 years and I propose online individual coaching sessions for people who struggle with their ATPL. So whether you are an ATPL student or a professional pilot converting his license to IASA, if you are in this situation, don't hesitate to contact me on the WhatsApp number or on the email that you have on the screen. So today, I wanted to show you a question and the different traps that you can find usually in the ATPL question bank. So why is it important? Because basically the ATPL questions are designed with successive traps and you can fall in the traps if you don't pay attention. So what I will show you today is a principles of flight question in which the purpose is to calculate the stall speed as a function of two different factors that are actually the mass of the aircraft and the load factor. Okay, so basically you will understand that the vast majority of the calculation in the ATPL regarding the VSTOL talk about these two factors, the mass and the load factor. So I hope you enjoy the video and let's start. All right, so today we have a question about the load factor calculation in different situations. So for two aircrafts actually. One aircraft has a mass of 1550 kilos and has a stall speed of 73 knots. And the second aircraft has a basic empty mass of 1000 kilograms, pilots 102 kilos and 120 liters of fuel with a specific gravity 0.77. So we calculate the mass 1000 plus 102 for the pilots plus 120 times 0.77. Don't forget to convert in kilos, obviously. 120 times 0.77, 92, plus 102 plus 1000, 1194 kilograms. So the mass of the second aircraft is 1194 kilograms. Then aircraft 1, aircraft 2. First point, the VSTOL is proportional to square roots of the mass. So it's super easy to demonstrate. When we have an aircraft in flight, we have the lift, we have the weight, mass times gravity, lift half of density times v square times surface times CL. Okay, and if we put VSTOL, we have CL max, obviously. So then we assemble everything in one equation, okay, in which the lift equals the weight. And eventually, the next step is to isolate the VSTOL on one side of the equation, which is square root of 2 times mass times gravity divided by density surface CL max. So the VSTOL is proportional to square root of mass, demonstrated the first one. Okay. Second point, the load factor, it's lift divided by weight. So obviously, load factor times weight equals lift. So we can add the load factor in the previous equation at the end and under the square root. So VSTOL is also proportional to square roots of load factor. So to solve this question, then the first step is to calculate the change in stall speed when the mass has changed. So which is the change in mass, new mass divided by all mass, 1194 divided by 1550, which is actually 0.77. So obviously, the VSTOL of the second aircraft is actually the VSTOL of the first aircraft times square root of 0.77, which is actually 64 knots. So we have a stall speed of 1G stall speed of 64 knots for the second aircraft. Okay, then we say the question says that the aircraft banks, the second aircraft banks at 45 degrees. So we have to calculate the load factor. So this is an aircraft in a bank angle, the weight, the lift. So the load factor is equal to lift over weight, and in the turn, it's equal to 1 over cosine bank angle. This is a formula that you have to know. So with a bank angle of 45 degrees, actually we can calculate the load factor associated, 1 divided by cosine 45, which is 141. So load factor in the turn, 141 in this case. Okay, and we have solved the second point. Then we have to calculate the evolution of stall speed at a bank angle of 45. So it's Vs1g times square root of 141, simple as that, which is 76. 76 knots, Vstall at 45 degrees bank angle for the second aircraft, 76 knots. All right, so what I wanted to show you in this video is what determines success or failure at an ATPL exam is not only your level of knowledge, it is of course, but not only that, because it's also your ability to avoid the traps that you find in the question banks. And there are a lot of traps because the ATPL is designed like that. It's designed to test your knowledge, but also to test the human factor. So this is what I am dedicated to do in online sessions. So when you come to me and we work together, I'm training you to avoid these traps and to be better at the ATPL. So I hope you enjoyed a lot this video. Please don't hesitate to like it and to share it to your classmates. And don't hesitate to contact me if you need help in your ATPL study. Thank you very much.